Hello and welcome to a Project Cars 2 video where today we shall be racing against the AI, recreating a classic British Grand Prix, driving the 1975 Silverstone Classic circuit in the 1972 Lotus 72D. Now we're going to be racing against 17 other AI, but before we get into talking about that, let's take a look at the setup that I'm going to be running for this race. Basically using the stable default setup as a base, change the tyres to the vintage tyres, so the handlings are going to be a lot more accurate to what the drivers would have been experiencing back in the day. Closed up the brake ducts a little bit, give us a little bit more straight line speed, increased the front downforce a decent amount, put the rear downforce up to absolutely maximum. I have increased the rear camber from minus 0.5 to 0.7 degrees, and I have softened the rear spring rates by a single click. Haven't changed anything on the dampers. Closed the radiator opening, increased the engine braking, and haven't done anything else. So that is the setup that I'm going to be using, but as I said, 17 AI. We're going to be starting from the back of the grid, 18 of us in total. So here we are then, on the grid. Engage first gear. Try and minimise the wheel spin there from the standing start, and also when shifting up into second gear, because these vintage tyres do not provide that much grip whatsoever. Take things relatively easy here in this this first lap. Try and survive it more than anything. Just find where that space is. I'll take it. Just pick up the pieces with a few of the positions really. Oh god. As you can see, using the TrackIR 5, allow me to look around at the cockpit. We're going pretty much three wide here into this right-hander. Come on, get them tuck in. There we go. Also using a H-pattern shifter as well, just for that more authentic experience. On top of these vintage tyres, which as you can see have an absolute ton of understeer, and on the exit corners they tend to oversteer a hell of a lot as well. So the car becomes quite a handful in comparison to using the standard tyres that come with the car and the setups, which are more like a much more modern kind of track day kind of tyre suited for these vintage cars. They have a lot more grip available to them, whereas these vintage tyres have barely any. As you can see, very well demonstrated there by an absolute bucket load of understeer and me losing the position. So P11 on lap 2. Oh, flying around the outside here. I'm breaking myself a little bit. Side by side with the other car. He's here somewhere. There he is, looking to me outside. Let's defend the inside line here. Pretty good run through that time, to be honest. Oh, we've got a couple of cars slow. It's going to be a couple of positions. Can we sneak one more before the left-handed kink? Not quite. It was there on the inside, so I kind of had to lift a little bit. Don't really fancy sending it up the inside of him. Instead, we'll just take the 7th position. Again with that bucket load of understeer on entry. Usually it oversteers quite nicely in the mid corner and out on the exit, which kind of helps you through the turn. Well, it wasn't really working there. I got car on my inside here now as well. Battles all over the position. All over the position, all over the place. English better, Yorkie, come on. Picking up that slipstream. Taking that tight line in towards the apex. They're up alongside. He had the better drive coming off out the exit on the outside there. He was able to accelerate away. Whilst I basically had to wait. Do have a car here lurking around behind me as well. There we go, just about getting the car slowed down. It's more worried about getting the car slowed down and avoiding making contact with the guys in front than actually shifting down through the gears. Much better run through turn 1 there, apart from the oversteer on the exit. She managed to make the apex that time. Just trying to thread our way around the course. It's a classic Silverstone circuit. Obviously driving the perimeter road of the actual airfield. Oh, I didn't even realise he was there. Good thing he managed to sneak through before turning in. Probably need to look at my mirrors a bit more. That was a good run through that right-hander there. Good smooth run through the very fast left. We've got the slipstream of this guy. Let's go for that inside line coming into the final chicane. Trying to get the car slowed down, but running quite deep. Take out a couple of the cones. Managed to cheekily get the position though. Oh, he's trying to come back at me here in turn 1. Basically closing the door on him there. Wasn't allowing that one. He is all over the back of me. Again, taking out another cone. Gonna try and catch up with the cars in front. I think he's going to have me here. Certainly got the slipstream. It's just, there he is. I was just going to say, contact there. I was going to say it just all depended on what side he was going to go for with the move. Look like I have some trouble for someone else up ahead. The car that's slightly slower. Fortunately for us in that contact, doesn't seem like we've picked up any damage, but he's once again got the slipstream coming into the final chicane here, but I've got the inside line, so I'll defend and hold on to this position for now. Get that good drive coming out through the exit. Give us a bit of breathing room coming here into turn 1. Unfortunately, I think with my setup where I've got so much downforce, especially on the rear of the car, I got distracted slightly there by the guy behind in my ring mirror, right on the entry. Yeah, that seems to make me a little bit slow in a straight line compared to the AI. I think that's where I'm really losing out, but well, that and probably also the vintage tyres. But having all that rear wing really helps with the rear downforce. Oh, side by side. I thought he was going to sneak through, and I was aiming to try and basically switch back on him But no, he just kind of lurked there right on the inside on the apex. Again, going for the move. Coming into the final chicane, but not before almost losing the car, which, yeah, it's going to allow him to come back at me. Both of us catching the curve there. See if we can try and finish in the top 10 in this race. There's no way in hell we're going to be able to close up with the guys in front. It's more just, can I beat this guy here in front of me, going for that move down the inside, making the apex. Oh, there he is. Didn't actually mean to make contact with him there. I thought it was behind me, I didn't actually realise that it was slightly in front. Man, I'm sweating. Just trying to keep this thing on the road. It's making me work so hard. Where is he? There he is. So he was closing up a fair amount on the relative down in the bottom left. So I knew he was there lurking. Too much oversteer. Holding on to the position though, the two guys behind are battling. So I can see on the relative. Oh man. Best part of 2 more laps. He's coming to my inside once again. So we'll let him go there. Ah, misshifted there. Coming back at him once again. Get that slipstream, going for that inside line once more, coming into the final chicane. Two more whole laps. Come on. Let's try and hold on to this 9th place. There he is. What a battle this is. I'm basically hanging on for dear life. And he is all over me. Real aggressive with the curb there. That's out wide though, which really isn't good. There he goes. Oh, it could very much be under threat from losing the next position. Where is he? We have. They've both managed to sneak through. Coming into the final lap now. Tyres are feeling very, very second hand. was looking to my inside. I want to try and get back 10th at least. Last half of the lap. We need a really good strong corner here. No! That is not what I wanted, not what I needed. Oh, out so wide there as well. That's put us well out of touch. Now I'm going to be very much under pressure. Yep, here he comes. He's got that slipstream. He's looking to the outside though. So I've got the inside line. Over the curbs. And across the start-finish line to complete the race. Holy crap. Man, that was intense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And obviously consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any future Project Cars 2 content. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I've been Yorkie065. This has been the Classic British Grand Prix. Hopefully I shall catch you in the next video. But until then, have fun, stay safe, take care.